Oh, cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya. Girl, I could steal your man with his dinner I just cooked, bro. Take a good look. Welcome to another video with Cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya.
This is freaking wild. A lot of women are going crazy simply because of this woman. Imagine logging into TikTok for a quick dopamine hit, only to be slapped in the face with a twerking lasagna. Yep, welcome to the world of Cooking with Kaya, Cooking with Kaya, Cooking with Kaya, where the kitchen isn't just for simmering sauces, but apparently for shaking something else entirely. Well, Kaya Renee, the mastermind, or should I say mad scientist, depending on your take, behind the viral phenomenon, has turned the simple act of cooking into what I can only describe as a culinary Coachella. Equal parts outrageous, entertaining, and for some, a little bit infuriating. It's food, it's dance, it's drama, and somehow it's TikTok in its purest form. But why is everyone losing their collective minds over it? Well, let me explain. This lady Kaya has over 700,000 followers and millions of likes, not just for her recipes, but for her, should I say, choreography. Imagine Gordon Ramsay, but instead of yelling at undercooked scallops, he's dropping it low to Megan Thee Stallion while frying mushrooms. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. TikTok thrives on weird combos, on the weirdest shit. Remember when the dude made sea moss smoothies while reciting conspiracy theories about aliens? Or the guy who put ketchup on ice cream and called it flavored innovation? TikTok is basically the Wild West of content, and Kaya has made herself sheriff of the shake and bake county. So, why is this causing such a stir? Well, because the internet, my friends, is the land of extremes. For every person vibing with Kaya's blend of booty and dishes, there's another calling her the reason why the culinary arts are practically dying. I mean, for real, dying. Because the last time we checked, the Food Network was still out here letting Guy Fieri drive around the country, eating nachos the size of Texas. Let's not act like the bar was set high to begin with in the first place. But Kaya's critics claim it's disrespectful to mix twerking with cooking, as if Julia Child never had a wild Saturday night. Like, what the hell is going on here for reals? Meanwhile, her fans argue she's just bringing personality to a medium that desperately needs it. Guys, let me ask you, do we really need another monotone food tutorial that ends with, and there you have it, grilled chicken? No, Karen, we don't. And to spice the kitchen up a bit, we have the DDG collab. Yes, the rapper turned YouTuber joined Kaya for a session of chaotic cooking that sent the internet into overdrive. It's like the Marvel crossover no one actually saw coming. Captain America meets Iron Man, but instead of saving the world, they are arguing over whether paprika goes on mac and cheese. DDG's involvement took this whole thing to a whole new level. If you thought people were pressed before, just wait until the rapper starts chopping onions on a TikTok live. One fan called it the cultural reset we didn't ask for, but absolutely needed. Another claimed it was the final nail to the coffin for serious cooking content. Dramatic much? Well, for real. But here's a $1 million question. Why do people freaking care so much? I'm gonna tell you. Because it's not just about the cooking or the dancing. It's about what Kaya actually represents. The giant middle finger to the idea that everything has to fit neatly into a box. She's a walking, twerking reminder that life is messy, weird, and oftentimes hilarious. And that's why TikTok actually exists. To show us that the line between brilliance and insanity is thinner than we actually think. Honestly, we should have seen this coming. This is the same platform that made a guy famous for lip-syncing Shakira songs while dressed as a corn cob. TikTok thrives on the bizarre, and Kaya is just playing the game better than most. Before we go too far into the whole Kaya story, let's address the backlash for a second, because some of you are acting like Kaya showed up at the grandma's Thanksgiving and twerked on a turkey. One viral comment actually read, "This is why society is doomed." Like, for real, society is doomed because someone added a little shimmy to the stir fry? Well, we survived Crocs and socks and whatever was going on with the fidget spinners. We will actually survive Kaya too.
Good, ain't it?
This is the best thing you've ever made. Where's your recipe?
Cooking with Kai.
What? You can't for right now.
Bro, she a chef.
Now let's get back into the real story. Here's a twist that no one actually wants to admit. this controversy isn't really about the cooking. Nah, it's about how we as a society respond to women unapologetically taking up space in unconventional ways. If a guy did exactly the same thing, let's say Gordon Ramsay suddenly started moonwalking while making a beef Wellington, he'd be called a marketing genius. But when Kaya does it, the pitchforks come out. Remember when Cardi B got roasted for literally existing as a multi-talented, outspoken woman? Well, the same energy happened again.
Cause y'all bitches hate so much on bitches with surgery, but it's not that. Y'all just hate on anybody that's just happy with themselves. Cause look at the girl cooking with Kai. She natural from head to toe. And y'all hate her because y'all feel she could take y'all man.
Society loves to love you when you play by the rules, but the second you rewrite the playbook, they are ready to cancel you faster than Kanye at a charity event. Let's face it, whether you love her or hate her, you're actually watching her whole show. You might pretend to scroll past, muttering things like, "Oh, youth these days." Well, but deep down, you are curious. Will she burn the kitchen? Will she drop her phone into the sauce? It's the kind of chaotic energy we all secretly crave in a world that feels way too serious. And let's be freaking for real. How many of you are actually out here cooking from these TikTok tutorials anyway? Most of you are sitting there eating cold pizza and judging from the comfort of your own fat couch. So where do we draw the line? At what point does cooking cross over from art to outrageous spectacle? Or better yet, why do we even need a line in the first place? The internet is big enough for every freaking person, even you that is watching. Whether you're here for the Michelin-starred recipes or just vibing with Kaya's chaotic kitchen adventures, it is big enough for every freaking person. To be frank with you guys, on the surface, Kaya's kitchen theatrics might seem like harmless fun, but to critics, it's yet another example of the so-called degradation of tradition. They argue that blending twerking with cooking undermines the sanctity of the culinary arts, which, let's be honest, is a bit rich coming from a world where people unironically put Cheetos on sushi. But this isn't just about food, it's about power, gender dynamics, and cultural gatekeeping. At least let's be real, Kaya's backlash has as much to do with her being a woman of color as it does with her dancing. Society has always been quick to police women, especially black women who don't fit into its narrow molds of respectability.
Hold your hand when I tell you this. The problem is not cooking with Kaya. So for starters, before I get called a hater, I think she is a beautiful girl. She knows how to work her audience because she knows that one of the tactics for viewership and retention is to say something controversial, especially in the intro of your video.
Take Serena Williams for example. She's one of the greatest athletes of all time, but her every move on the tennis court has always been dissected and criticized, from her outfits to her expressions. Meanwhile, Tom Brady can smash tablets on the sidelines and people call it passion. The double standards is as loud as a TikTok trending sound. Kaya's critics aren't just upset about the cooking, they're upset that she's unapologetically owning her own space, her body, and her platform. And for some people, that's just too much to handle. Now, if you look at the psychology of the whole thing, you notice that on one hand, Kaya's content can be seen as empowering. She's showcasing confidence, creativity, and authenticity in a way that resonates with her audience. For many, especially young women, her videos serve as a reminder that you can be bold, fun, and unfiltered without apology. But on the flip side, critics argue that the hyper-focus on physical performance in her content could perpetuate unrealistic standards for women, reducing their worth to how well they can entertain. It's the same kind of criticism that's been leveled at Instagram influencers and TikTok stars for freaking years. Are we celebrating individuality, or are we just feeding the algorithms with endless appetite for spectacle? But it all boils down to this, the invisible hand behind the whole thing. The TikTok algorithm. Love it or hate it, Kaya is thriving because she knows how to play the game. By combining food, humor, and dance, she's hitting multiple engagement triggers, ensuring her content stays on the For You pages every freaking where. But the algorithm's hunger for sensationalism is also why the backlash has been so intense. Controversy equals clicks, and clicks equal money. Whether you're a fan or a hater, your attention is lining Kaya's pockets, and that's probably the part that annoys critics the most. So guys who are actually criticizing her for her every move, you're the ones who are pushing these things to other people's For You pages and making her blow up even more. What should I say? Shame on you or what? Now, dear audience, I'm tossing the ball into your court. Are we witnessing the rise of a new kind of content that challenges norms and redefines entertainment? Or is Kaya's kitchen chaos just another symptom of a world that's lost its way? Drop your thoughts in the comment section and let's cook up a spicy debate. Don't forget to like and subscribe.